All right, I will say this. Let me introduce it. So we are doing our Patreon subscriber shadow game. I'm here with one member of the flow with Doc and Ziggy, Dan Glennon, right?
Yeah.
And we just did an episode together for the optional boss tier, which is the highest tier on the IMNerdpodcast Patreon account. So thank you for supporting that.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted to challenge me to a shadow game. Normally, the shadow games are Edison format, but he asked if we could use these Highlander decks, which means one of every card. And he created these decks. There are 60 cards. There are clearly banned cards in it. And it is actually an interesting concept. Like, I'm not completely opposed to it. Some of the cards are obviously very powerful. We got Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity. We
Mm-hmm.
have Dark Magician of Chaos, which is actually my favorite card of all time. There's BLS in here. There's Sinister Serpent. Like, there's a lot of stuff in here that's really cool. So I think that this is going to be a very swingy thing where I feel like this is a very high variance deck, but we're both playing the exact same 60 cards
Yeah.
and we have the same extra deck and everything.
It's very swingy because you're right. It is like boom haymakers, but the other deck can come right back with another haymaker.
Yeah.
Like the card that is, I mean, the best card of the deck is Don's Luke. We know that, but the card that's like when I've played these, that's like holy shit. The most is Lance. Lance has been the one that's like surprised me the most.
Really?
Uh, yeah, it's just one of those cards, like, it always trips me up in damage step, or if you look, like, there is a lot of targeting stuff in here. And you just don't fucking expect the thing.
Yeah.
Are you trying to ring of destruction my BLS? Lance, broom,
Yeah.
broken.
Yeah, no. So a couple other things I wanted to say about this deck is it's like the concept is kind of like Cube in MTG. A friend of mine actually built two carbon copies of a goat control deck to play against each other, and that's where I got the idea. But I wanted to make mine kind of like goat plus.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of your classic cards because people still just want to play Pot of Greed and stuff like that. So I built two copies of this in paper. My paper versions are actually 80 cards, and I can just keep it on my bookshelf for whenever people are like, I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, but you don't want to worry about like meta or anything like that. This is just a good deck full of good cards, and you can find synergy. And whether you're a newer player who hasn't gotten to play with banned cards, or you're an older player that will look at this deck and be like, I know what most of these do, you're going to be able to play with this deck. And I think that's the fun of it. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! You can put on a shelf and pick up at any time. It's like a time capsule of the game.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay, so you want to get started?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
All right.
All right, so it just started, Snango. You can come on in.
All right, the most important decision. All right, Frazier, I wish you good fortune in the wars to come.
I wish you good fortune in the wars to come as well. All right, that's
Woo!
a start. That is a start.
All right. Pot Graceful off the top.
Other rule about this deck is everything is pre-errata, but there is no priority.
No priority,
Oh, shoot.
really?
Yeah, no priority. I have the wrong deck.
Of course. All right, well, at least we get the die roll again. Gotta win this time.
Yup.
Unlimited, unrated. Okay, so we're doing no priority. Interesting.
That's just because if you gave priority to XYZ monsters.
Oh, I never even considered how that would work out.
Yep.
Like, not once. That sounds wild.
Like, imagine there's an honor arc in here. Just go honor arc, priority, suck your thing up, remove it in response to your bottomless.
Oh, well, it's like, it's like relinquished.
Okay. Interesting hand. We'll do a classic T set. And pass.
Don't fall for that magic cylinder. Ooh,
oh, shit.
One of the best outs to a face down.
Yep.
Something good?
Yep.
All right. Oh, I did not expect that to actually walk.
No draw for you. Interesting enough, Heavy Storm is in this format, so.
It is.
Heavy
I will
Storm.
play Foolish Burial.
Yep.
Where are you? There he is. We'll send Sinister Serpent to the graveyard.
Not Treeborn Frog. Interesting.
And we'll play Swords of Revealing Light.
Yep.
Good.
Swords of Revealing Light.
Do you remember this card used to be a staple for a very long time?
Mm-hmm.
There was like a stack of like my Mirror Force. I played it for so long it started to get like thin.
Let's see. What do I want to do? Okay, first I need to do this. So make sure that didn't mess up my, okay, it didn't mess up my OBS. What do you have back there that would not have been activated? Oh, I guess it could be bottomless trap hole. I mean, it could be a lot of things, honestly.
Yeah.
It could be fake.
It
This
could
is
be.
60 cards.
It could absolutely be fake. All right, well, normal summon.
You got it.
All right. Yeah, I'll go battle phase. Activate.
Oh my god.
All right, attack.
How dare you? Donzaloo, this feels bad.
All
Alright.
Time to roll a die. All right, this middle one.
Oh, you're not milling too?
No, I'll not mill too.
Yeah, the 80 card version of this deck actually has Gores in it as well.
Yeah, this game doesn't allow for 80. This
All right, things are fine because we have this serpent, right? So the serpent's going to get hit with the Donzalug. It's broken.
uh-huh.
We have something better than that.
Oh, okay.
That is pretty good. And there's no Imperial Order, so.
Because that card is toxic. Pot of Greed.
All right, this is bullshit. I think didn't I say this exactly what's going to happen, Stango? It's just going to be like
yeah,
one person.
This is what it is. This is what it is.
Yeah, this is terrible. All right.
Mill.
Sure.
You attacked him. You killed a monster by battle. You attacked him with Donzalug, and you guys are even in cards. He's actually gonna have a plus on you.
Yes, that's really bad. There's a lot of bad shit in here, and it's 60 cards, so it's like super inconsistent. All right. Activate.
Ooh. Let me mail my Treeborn and Sinister with your card trooper.
Yep.
Nope, just my pot and graceful.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Okay.
I'll target pot of greed.
You got it.
Activate. All right, we don't have Solemn, so.
Yeah, that is something I considered when building this, is without a single counter trap, or only having one counter trap, it's just an absolute hard counter. So there is no counterplay to it.
28.
Yep.
All right. Well, I imagine this is just probably going to be game unless he dark holes you.
I don't know. Target Induction Fire Lily.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's just game now, actually.
I'll show you what I had in my hand.
I can't believe I actually got through that one. Holy shit.
I was trying to be pro.
Yes. All right. That's game one.
You know what's funny? I actually thought when I mentioned Heavy Storm and you had one back row, I was like, did you pro set Heavy now?
I almost set 2 back row too. I was like, do I want to set my Dust Tornado and my Call? But I just set Dust Tornado. I was like, I could just set Call when I want to.
You said when you were like flip Call the Haunted. I'm like, oh, what's in the? Oh, fuck. He
Well, that card trooper mill injection
Lily.
Fairy Lily, yeah.
Yep.
And mill Pot and Graceful injection. Like, what the fuck? And I used all the cards in that same turn.
Right? That's like one of the really fun. And I did some really broken shit the turn before.
Yes,
so
that was not okay. It was like Get Back Sinister, Graceful Pot. Like, what is happening?
Yep,
All right, well,
he
next
was down.
game.
He was down in cards by a good amount, and then was not quickly after.
Good thing is we don't have a side deck, so this is our 60. We're going right back in. All right.
Yep.
All right, someone's got to get trished. That's all I know.
I don't know if that's happening because, like he said, it does require a lot of real cards to do that. So, like,
It does.
who the hell is Joy Boy Bebop?
I have no idea.
This is what happens because I assume that's not one of your friends. But this is what happens when I set the password to something that I set it to previously.
Yep.
Because that's a password. This is a password I've used before. Okay. I'm glad that you didn't put any like Trap Dust Shoe Forceful Century type stuff in here because those cards are awful.
Yeah, while they are iconic, they make for awful gameplay.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really glad that I don't see any of that stuff.
Yeah, I think that definitely adds to this for how Looney Tunes this format is. At least you don't have cards that feel bad like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Draw a card.
Do your thing.
Agreed.
Yep, he's out there.
Right. Slap the cuffs on that Reaper.
He does. Oh, he does get banished.
Yeah, the card resolves fully.
Got it. 14.
Yep.
That's it. Treeborn or Trooper.
Yep.
Hopefully mill the Treeborn.
Drawing a decent amount of premium monsters.
Yeah, I haven't seen one. I wonder why my life can never be easy.
You're wondering if your life can ever be easy.
I said one. I wonder why it can never be easy.
Yeah, even when we were doing the 3v3, you were just like, GB's round 1
and 2, and fucking 2. All right, something good.
Yep.
Like, what is that? Oh, he's answering with a deep prison.
You're copying his plays.
Yep.
Thinking. I'm gonna bounce it to my hand.
It's probably worth.
Yeah.
It's things like that I like seeing in this deck, like being able to just simple interactions like that are still classic Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes. Trading cards back and forth instead of setting up a board turn 1 and killing your opponent because they could not break it.
We'll go with Thunder King.
Ooh, Thunder King is fine. Take 19.
He was added because of me putting an extra deck together for it. So anything that this deck can do, there is counterplay for it.
Yeah. All right. Summon my Reaper.
You got it.
Activate. Yay. Oh, okay.
He keeps stealing our plays.
Yes.
Get your own plays.
It's almost like we're playing the same deck.
Now, all of our plays are unique.
That's a good one.
This is funny.
Oops, to my hand.
Yeah, an interesting thing about this this format that I think might be a little tough for it is that obviously usually when you're setting monsters and stuff, there's like a handful of things that you can relatively predict. But I guess that's like with any format. When you set a monster, like there's a handful of things that you know.
Yeah, like we know Hamster or Ryko are the two most common set monsters in our format.
Yeah.
And then it gets very specific once you
Ryko was in here as well.
Rike.
My dogs have bite, not just bark.
Mm-hmm.
They attack 200 in.
Baby, if you give it to me. Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Summon. Oh, summon's good. Oh, I did some damage. Look at that. Who would have thought? Not me.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Particularly here, that's about it for the battle traps. Like you still have Magic Cylinder and Ring of Destruction.
Yeah,
Deep Prison Mirror Force are gone, so a lot of attacks are probably coming through unless our boy Ziggy's got an answer.
Changes. Ooh, the J-Man. Yep.
Yeah, he seems hard to out.
All right.
One of the more difficult cards to out in this deck, believe it or not, is Sacred Phoenix if you can get it into play.
Oh yeah, that thing is definitely hellish to get rid of. You need to summon BLS ASAP.
Which is another really big Gold Sark target. There's like 6 that I've gone for a lot. Like Pot, Graceful, Demock, Premature, BLS. But it's nice that it's not just always one card.
Ooh. See, I was just lying. We steal your plays too.
Oh, damn it. But they work. You will play Swords of Revealing Light.
Yes, sir.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, that would have been
what
bad.
was I just saying about counterplay?
that Magician of Faith would have gotten back Change of Heart, and that would have been game. Ooh.
Yeah, it would have been real good, right?
Sheesh.
What to get? Yeah, let's not overthink it.
When does Swords die?
I think it dies.
It dies during the end phase of your turn.
All right, I am fully up to speed now. Right.
Yep, and then at the end of this turn, it will get a counter.
Okay, so you have a set monster, and you have a Jinzo in hand, and I know not what you plan.
And a tree board in the yard.
Yeah, but you have Swords up, so I'm not too concerned about that particular thing.
I don't think, I mean, like, unless there's a Blackluster Soldier in my future, which is a possibility.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very possible that you have BLS at some point. I mean,
I was looking at your graveyard.
I mean, either one of us, but
yeah,
it would be easy for me to slam it down because you have no back row. So it would be like just summon it and banish your guy. Who I want to do? That is a bit risque. So Magician of Faith is gone. Dekoichi's gone. So you still have like your own Reaper, Giant Rat. All right, I am going to summon this guy. Pass. So this is turn 2 now. So that your swords get to counter on my end phase.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, nice.
Off the top, baby.
Yep, I had to wait 2 turns for mine, but you know. But you know. Yep.
We're gonna take care of that little guy.
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll bring this guy back out.
Yep.
Ginny Gin Gin.
Time for me to get blown out by something.
No, just a draw.
I mean, a draw might do a lot, though.
Oh, yeah. Drawing cards is scary.
Drawing cards can be scary, yes.
Remember triple Destiny draw format with Disc Commander?
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
All right.
Effect failure.
That's fine.
Okay. Interesting.
Effect failure. So you already used Change of Heart. I'm trying to think about outs to this card. Okay, so I should go this effect. Draw.
Call machines.
Yeah, machines can go to buy J-Man. And then I guess I'll activate this thing.
See how you like it.
And we will pass. So then Swords dies.
That ruined my master plan. I actually had a master plan.
Really?
He was trying to Trish.
Literally. Oh, I get Treeborn Frog.
No, you don't.
Oh, no, you do not.
Put it back.
No.
And I'll put back my Pot of Greed. So your Treeborn goes back to your deck.
God, I love that card, but God, it sucks when it happens.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't believe you put back your Pot of Greed. That's wild, actually.
I mean, that's what my deck does.
That is what it do.
Yep.
7-star. What's a 7-star doing here? Just only Black Rose? I'm just seeing if there was anything else. I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah, I think it is too.
I think, interestingly enough, you probably were supposed to Veiler in chaining to his BLS effect, because if he didn't have a way to, if he had a way to clear your back row, he still would have been able to attack over Jinzo.
Oh, you're right. I'm bad at this game. I don't play it nearly enough. It's just fun for me to play these decks.
Yeah, because I was just reading it to see if that's actually kind of a hard monster to deal with.
It's alright.
19, you can't set any cards.
I mean, he can set
Ring.
Ring.
He's drawing Treeborn. You can't set Ring.
No, it doesn't shuffle the card to the top of the deck. Oh, that's a good out.
That's a really good out.
My
Oh, it does shuffle it in. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Transmigration is a really cool card.
Yeah.
Also, I put it in here for the decks to be able to just recycle cards in general.
Gale.
You and the fucking pots.
All right, let's see. What do we got here?
This fucking guy hit his pots off the top. Get the hell out of here.
He is the master of the pots.
This is unreal. I was just, do you know how many cards I was down in this game? And like, I brought it back and then he's just like, rip pot, we're even again, pussy. Like, no. No.
And he has a plague in the grave too.
Yeah, like why do I have to work so hard? I don't understand. I just want to be able to have like an easy time. The game is like absolutely not. Absolutely not. You will work. Very difficult.
Yep.
This is white privilege. That's what this is. This is white privilege.
This is white privilege.
Yeah,
oh,
that's fine. Yep.
D prison.
No, D prison's gone. No, I did that wrong. Take 280. No. All right. Let me again 100.
Yep.
200 from that exchange.
I used to have Apprentice Magician and Old Vindictive Magician in here too. I cut it just because I couldn't deal with doing 50 math.
Yeah. Ooh, math card.
Damn.
Yep, I'm dead.
Damn, that witch.
Yeah. All right.
The pot of avarice.
The pot of greed into the pot of avarice. It's specifically when they're like down on cards too. It's like you don't really have any cards, and here is. Yep, there's Destiny draw.
Frazier just wants to guarantee he gets to play pot of greed a game.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I have to wait 2 turns for it, but you know what? I'll take it.
Shard of Greed is in the other version.
Oh, what's Shard of Greed do? Is that the like shuffle 5?
It's no, it's Gold Sarcophagus. So it's a continuous spell, stays in play for 2 turns. At the end of 2 standby phase, second turn, crack it, draw 2.
Okay.
Oh, isn't that played in like ignorant Exodia decks?
It's really slow. I can't imagine.
I think I remember something like that.
Well, let me do this. Put this here, and then.
Okay, yeah, I definitely played Cairo with Shard of Greed with.
I will play this pot.
Yep, that's all of them. I think that's every pot.
That is every pot.
I'm every pot. It's all in me.
Yeah, I definitely played this Shard of Greed with Mystic Mine in Exodia against Cairo.
Chardonnay.
Oh shoot!
Oh shoot! What?
Do they go to the bottom or shuffled in?
They get shuffled.
Shuffled in.
Yeah, they do get shuffled in.
Yep.
Prosperity is the one where they go to the bottom. You just can't special summon this turn. Which you grab Giant Rat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He said, I will take your rat, or I'll take your tomato and I'll raise you a rat.
And you will take that 50 damage.
All right, let me put a little thing on this. And then my favorite guy.
Oh no!
To hand with you.
Effect Mailer.
All right. To hand you do not. Well.
Is it the rat?
Well, if it's not the rat, then who is that? What's Giant Rat's defense?
1450.
1450, you said?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. 1450. Huh.
His butt's a little too big. That's a big rat. And you're just the mole and a tomato.
Yeah, well, I guess the least...
That's a bouncy mole, though.
The least exposure, so rat, I would take 50. Yeah, so I guess I still will attack this way.
It is my own tomato!
Okay.
What can this get? This can
a lot of things.
This can get some dangerous things. Donzalug. Gale. Plague. Reaper. This gets a lot of dangerous things.
I will go with Gale.
Sure.
Normal summon Witch.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Black Rose. Activate Witch.
Yep.
I will get.
I forgot this card.
Tsukiyomi.
Forgot this card can search like Jinzo and Monarchs, which
Yep.
is so broken.
It doesn't. There's not too many more things that are egregious that Witch searches over Sangan, so I included to add Witch instead to make it a little bit more consistent and player friendly.
Persia, do you think Witch would be broken in Edison?
Not really.
Doesn't she search Dark Arm?
Yeah, but it's slow. Sangan's barely good in Edison. You asked if it would be broken. It would not be broken. It would just be like, okay, this is a thing that we can do.
Okay.
Thinking. Do I want to solemn that? Also, put Black Rose in your graveyard.
Oh, whoops. Is it going? Or is it lagging?
There we go.
There it is.
All right, yep, you're good.
Yep. Smack. I'll pay it.
Yep.
An extra 3K.
Go ahead. Pot of Avarice.
Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, never again.
These stories write themselves.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god.
These stories, they write themselves.
I told you, Stango, I was like, I know exactly how these things go. This is too high variance.
Ooh, the best answer again. Ring. Oh!
No! I told you! What did I tell you?
The Lance. Lance in the pants.
It's annoying. I literally have to do so fucking much. I got to do so much. And we're still even in cards. Unreal. Sook.
Suko.
Oh my god. This is a joke. This is a fucking joke.
Well, now he's got to play the pot of greed. Oh my god. The Treeborn too?
Yep. This is a joke.
Come on, play the pot of greed for me now.
Flip.
You got it. Oh, I'm just terrible. I'm not even paying attention. I discarded the wrong card. Oh well.
I mean, you're kind of allowed to be.
Danny boy.
I am cool with that.
As you should be.
But even though there's been like
All right,
bring this guy
Treeborn summon
back.
Jinzo.
Trooper.
Yep.
Lisa Ring is out of the game.
There's still Cylinder and Ceasefire.
Hmm.
Mm,
Now, the other nice thing is this is just my version. Anybody can take the concept and do the exact same thing with 40, 50, 60 cards.
yeah, if someone's gonna do this, I advise they take out like Pot Graceful and Pot Everest and stuff like that. They're really awful for this. I'm gonna summon this.
The auto advantage generation cards are just a little too powerful.
It's also 60 cards, so it's like one person's going to draw them, the other person is not, and that's like why it's bad.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said to you before we played this thing. I was like, this is not good conceptually because of how many cards it is, and it's like all one ofs. And some of them are very powerful, and a lot of them are very bad.
Yep.
Sangin is not here actually.
Yeah, Sangan's not in here.
What did you could have said anything. That could be the Treeborn Frog again, or it could be Magician of Faith. Right? Like it could
Could be Mask of Darkness too.
It could be anything. It could be anybody. It could be my mom.
It could be a boat.
Please set my
Could
mom.
be Spirit Reaper.
Why'd you have to go and set my mom like that? Did he? So many cards in hand, and I have a guess on some of the cards just because of the way the game has been going, but reads are kind of silly. So what do I think will put me in a slightly better position? All right, well, let's see what's behind door number 1. I wish Morphing Jar was in here so it could be like all the fun.
Oh,
Just like make every set monster is just chaotic. Just big chaos energy.
It's a good idea.
I have him in the paper version.
Yeah, Morphing Jar just seems like it would be because it just makes every set so scary. Like, what is that? Like, what is that? Like, I don't fucking know. Do you know? I don't know.
No one knows.
Yeah, no one knows. I don't know. How do you know? What do you know?
Ooh, that's 2 monsters on the field. That's dangerous.
Not 2 monsters being dangerous. Oh my god, my turn again immediately?
Yep.
That was quick.
That was way too quick. Something is wrong. Something is awry.
I think you need
see,
MST, my
the
friend,
thing
is
is-
what I think.
The thing is, I'm bad, so now Fraser's just overthinking this.
Well, we don't have Gores, which is good because that would be disastrous. But you have a back row and you have a Treebone Frog.
I have my guess.
Well, you stay over there with your guess, damn it.
I'm staying here.
Yeah, you stay there.
I want to see if the DM, the GM is correct. Interesting.
Interesting indeed. So my attack went through last turn. Okay. Let's do this.
No.
Oh, okay. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's the same one that I thought.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a little scared.
Good call. Good call.
So I think the play is flip. Okay, so I'll call Spellcaster.
Ooh. Who we grabbing? Who we searching?
You got Veiler again?
Oh, shoot. I do.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. I was looking at my other monitor for a second.
I was like, I feel like you have Valor. All right.
It's Valor twice now, right?
Yes, that's because pot. Don't forget pot. Pot. Okay, let's try this. So what is this? This is 27 on board.
So yeah, you need another 600.
Yeah. I don't think I'm just looking at what's in the deck. So I don't. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do this. So Witch and his effect. I guess it doesn't really matter the order.
A Valor of your own.
Do I need Vela?
Oh, Stango, last game, I had the Treeborn in the yard, Plague Spreader in hand. I was going to change a heart, his thing, sacrifice for Jinzo, play Plague, and then go into Trish. So that actually was going to be a thing.
Yeah, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that would have been Trish.
Not Trish.
1 tuner and 2 non-tuners. That would have been a delicious Trish.
That's
I don't even think.
I don't even think
he would have had a
tribe.
I don't think he would even had a card on the field to banish, but it just would have been funny to summon it.
I could have gotten the BLS.
Yeah, but you change a hard tribute over it, right? Is what you were saying?
Honestly, I can't even remember.
Fair enough.
You got Lance back?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
All right. Well, he says I need to have this land set. I'm not trying to get change of heart for game. Brain control for game.
There's no brain control, thank God.
Might as well beat brain control.
Yeah, I still wanted to just keep. They're stupid powerful, but I still wanted to just keep some of the iconic cards in.
I like Change of Heart, honestly. Yep.
We exile him out. That's a combo.
GG's. Sacred Phoenix. Oh, that card is hard to get out.
Yeah, I just drew this one. So what? Let me look at your.
So the turn where you had Treeborn and you set the Torrential, I guess is where you were. Because what did I had something on the field, right? I think I had.
You had Witch and a set monster.
Yes, and then,
which was Tribe, I think.
It was Tribe, yeah.
Because
I had Demock in my hand, so I was trying to get the Demock out, obviously, because I had Pot Engrave, and even though Pot seemed cool to get back, I was like, well, I just lose to so many cards if he has it. So like Creature Swap will kill me and all this stuff. I was like, I can't deal with that. So I'm just gonna get back Lance, because Lance plays around the most things. And I had Dark Hole, so I was like, even if it comes down to next turn where he goes sets a monster and sets a back row, I can just go Dark Hole, Lance my Dark Magician of Chaos, and then he'll attack for game that way.
So here was my line before you got back the Lance. The Lance just fucked everything up. So I was going to bring back Treeborn Frog, tribute for End of Anubis, attack over your Witch, and then smash and ground your Tribe.
Oh no. Yeah, and I don't get her effect because End of Anubis is broken. In this context, yeah, because he says something like you can't even activate cards that activate in the graveyard, like Treeborn and Sinister, I guess, don't activate either.
Yeah, I think it does the opposite of Necro Valley, I've been told.
Yeah, so I guess they want it to be like if you have Vof on the field, your opponent can't even look at graveyards. Like just turn them face down.
Oh, that's a flavor win right there.
What's a what?
But yeah, like these are the decks. Like they are super swingy, but they're fun at times.
As long as this card remains face up on the field, all effects of spell, trap, and monsters that designate cards in the graveyard or activate in the graveyard are negated.
Yeah, I'm gonna see his oldest text because I feel like he's going through some maybe he's going through some erratas or text changes just because of how long he's been out. Like this is an Invasion of Chaos card or something like that. Like he's old.
This is
Ancient Sanctuary.
Ancient Sanctuary. That's the text I just read from.
So that's right after Invasion of Chaos, I think.
Yes.
Like literally one set after, yeah. So he's old as dirt. Like, I don't know what website I'm on right now, by the way. I'm on some nonsense. Like Yugipedia.
Yeah.
I guess
normally I just Google the card name and say errata, and then the Yugi fandom page.
Yeah, because this is not okay. This is not it. Do you say you type in errata?
Yeah, I do. I type in the card on Google and just type in errata, and then usually it's YugiOFandom.com.
Okay. Yep. There we go. Yeah. All right. Let's see what he's going through. Oh wait, no, that's Judgment of Anubis. I forgot about that card.
Yeah, it looks like they just added apostrophe like plurals on the effect. So
okay, so yeah, he's consistent. He's one of the consistent ones. He's had 2 erratas, but both of them, it seems like they don't change anything.
Yeah, they don't really change the effect.
Quality of life updates.
Yeah, just to make them, I guess, more readable for problem-solving card text or whatever they do. Because the newest one says, while this card's face up on the field, which is, I assume, the Dueling Book 1, but while this card's face up on the field, all effects of spell, trap, and monsters that target a card or cards in the graveyard or that activate in the graveyard are negated. So like Plague Spreader, Treeborn, Sinister, which is good that it's included in this deck because of that very reason. Like it actually helps to counterplay. Like the one thing I will say is that there's counterplay to literally every aspect of these 60 card decks. Like set monsters, there's Shield Crush, there's Mystic Swordsman, as we saw multiple times. Like that actually does come up. Grand Mole is really good. Even was the Transmigration Prophecy is actually like really good in this deck, in this matchup, like the clone matchup.
Yeah, but I think the concept is really cool and people might actually enjoy it. I built this one because I have like nostalgia from, I mean, you and I literally started playing at the same time at Pharaonic Guardian.
Yeah.
So like Pharaonic Guardian up through Edison, basically. And I played a little bit during Hat, so that's why I brought in the XYZs. But like, I wanted the extra deck to be a piece of it instead of the core of it. And people can build their own if they want to do extra deck spamming and stuff like that.
Do you know that I just completely play all of those games without realizing we have Exceeds monsters? I didn't even I had Witch and Tribe, and at no point in my mind did I think...
Yeah, I thought when you were thinking what rank 4s you could make.
Well, no, the only one that I could make in that situation is Daigusto Emerald. He's like, once per turn you can detach material, then activate,
and then like shuffle effects. Things, draw. Yeah,
you can target 3 monsters, shuffle and draw, or you can do target 1 non-effect monster, which I don't think we have any of those. But I would be able to draw a card and have 1800. But I think Witch is actually just better. Like Witch and Tribe is 2700, and Witch is just probably better to have on field at the time than like Daigusto. But I didn't even consider it. Like if there was something in extra deck that killed him at 33, it would not have come to me because I did not think of it at all.
I'll be honest, I totally forgot about XYZs in this deck too. Yeah. I just saw tutors pop up and I was like, oh, I can play synchros.
Yeah, at no point did I think like, oh yeah, of course I can Exceeds. Like I probably had other situations. You might have had situations where we could have done it and I just completely forgot.
I didn't see too many of them, if I'm being honest. There were 2 monsters on the field a lot of the time, but none of the same level.
Yeah, a lot of the monsters are different levels because I had Tomato and Grandma at one point, but like even in the other games, I didn't even consider like, oh yeah, you don't need a tuner to do everything. You can actually just overlay, and there are some good overlays in here. I think what I'm going to do is like edit the deck to where I want to take out like Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, and probably Sinister Serpent and Treeborn. They're really cool, but I think the problem with them is that they're so strong if only one person sees them. So I'll probably take out like those 4, and everything else I think I'm genuinely cool with. Like Pot, Graceful, Sinister, Treeborn are like the cards that I would probably remove, and then everything else can stay. Probably throw in like a Chaos Sorcerer, a Jar of Greed, what else? Because yeah, Jar of Greed's not Legacy Yagarasu, maybe Scapegoat, stuff like that. Like I like all of those cards too.
Scapegoat, Snipe Hunter.
I was also thinking about one Apprentice Magician,
Morphing Jar. Apprentice Magician is really good.
Yeah, definitely Morphing Jar. Apprentice Magician combos with Breaker, combos with Magician of Faith, and maybe put it like an Vindictive in, or put in that Hand of Nephthys.
The other one I thought of was Crystal Seer.
Crystal Seer is really cool. I like Hand of Nephthys because you're playing Sacred Phoenix, and that helps to summon it.
Yeah, I think
my concern with that is just
would be cool.
Having it take control of the game too often, but then again, I think
it would probably because I don't know. You do have Witch which does kind of just search it.
Search what? Which search is what?
Sacred Phoenix is 16 defense.
Yeah, 16. But it's not even. I'm wondering what he's talking about. Like, search what?
Well, doesn't it search? Can Hand Nephis summon from deck as well?
I mean, like when that's all it does is summons from deck.
Oh, it doesn't do hand or anything else?
No, it summons from hand as well, unless the old version of it doesn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm double checking because the current version of it says that now.
Okay.
Just looking, let's see.
But yeah, I can get behind this with the less swingy versions of the less swingy version of it. So no pot, no graceful, no frog.
Just so it's more controlled and like less dependent on if someone draws like this card or whatever. It's like, oh, like I don't mind comeback mechanics and comeback thing, but I think that if you just play a certain way, you can actually crawl back into the game. Which it seems like is really possible. Like you can trade favorably and just like it's like goats. It's very similar to goats.
Yeah,
it's just, and then every card that you see is like, well, that's the one copy of it. I don't expect to see it again. Which probably would make me remove Pot of Avarice because I definitely got Veiler twice, and I was like, is this 2011 or are we playing fucking 05? Like, what is this? Like, not me getting Veiler twice.
You did get Veiler twice.
I was gonna go for game if I didn't get Veiler too, because I was gonna go Tribe, Discard, Call Spellcaster, Kill Witch, get Card Trooper, and Card Trooper is 19 plus 16. He's at 33, so that'd have been game. I was like, well, now I gotta go for my contingency DMOC play.
Isn't that a wild sentence to say, though?
Yes, it is a wild sentence to say. And I even asked, I was like, Veiler? And you were like, oh yeah, I do have Veiler. I was like, motherfucker, you played
it. Yeah, he was about to let you ride all over him.
Yeah, not you playing it again. Because like
this is what I get for.
Go ahead.
This is what I get for playing on a computer. Like I'm so used to just like I hardly ever play DB.
Yeah.
So anytime I do play Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm in paper. I'm like, oh shoot.
This would be a lot more fun.
These are really fun in paper.
Yeah, this would be a lot. I genuinely like playing goats and stuff like these super old formats. I like playing them in paper a lot more. I mean, I think I just prefer paper Yu-Gi-Oh in general, actually, not even just.
Yeah, me too.
But I think for like old school Yu-Gi-Oh, like this, where it's a lot of checking graveyards and keeping track of things, it's just easier because there's so many one-ofs and you're trying to like play around certain ones and all that. And I like just being able to like have somebody's graveyard kind of spread out and then be like, okay, so this is everything, and it's not blocking half of the screen. Like you can't click anything else. It's like, all right.
So the mindset. So I came up with these maybe a year and a half ago, and I played Magic for a decade. Commander, Highlander, Singleton format was like really familiar for me. So when I was putting it together, I would look at a card and then try to make sure I had X amount of cards that were counterplay, even if I was looking more so for effects, like, you know, if there's Sacred Phoenix in the deck, how many different banish or battle traps can I have in the deck that can fight that? And I think the number is it's about 11 or 12 different ways to answer Sacred Phoenix that's not combat damage.
Yeah, I saw a couple ways to handle the card. I saw Deprison, Compulse, DD War Lady's in here, Gale's in here, Creature Swap, Change of Heart Attributed, Shrink It, and then some of them are obviously bottomless, of course, and some of them are not as good because it'll just come back. But in certain situations, you might be like, fuck it, I'll let it come back, but I'll deal damage, and the next turn I'll just like kill you or something. Which I've had to do in the past for sure. Like, all right, well, it's gonna come back, but at least I killed it this turn, I deal damage, and the next turn I'll just kill you.
A couple other cards that are I consider are like Kaiku, Didi, Crow. I said Gores already. Snipe Hunter. Basically, just any way that I can try to add some consistency to it.
Yeah.
While still keeping it singleton. So that way, like.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to stay singleton because that's the whole idea.
You're playing a different hand every game, but you never feel like you are out of the game. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely feel like, I mean, the way it's set up right now, somebody's going to be working hard and somebody's going to be living their white privilege fantasy. Because I wanted it to be me. And it was like, no, you will not draw your pots raw. You will gold suck every time for everything you need. Nothing will come easy to you.
Sorry, I took my silver spoon out before I opened my computer.
Yeah, it's like nothing will come easy to you. You will not pot of avarice off the top. You will not get to return 5 nice cards and draw 2. That will not happen. You will have to work. good luck, black man. I was like, all right, well, fuck me, right? I was like, okay. Meanwhile, there was one game 2. I opened up Zero Monsters and I just got beat on for like so many turns. And then he opened up the Koichi set on turn 1 and then flip it and draw. I was like, God damn it, that's like such a good turn 1 too. When your opponent doesn't have a response. And game 1, I think you went the Koichi set, but I had the Mystic Swordsman. That card is fucking nice.
Yeah.
Things just start again.
And I was like, holy shit, no! Because I had bottomless set too. So I was like, oh, I'm set. Like, this deck is probably going to be fine, right?
Things just got so out of hand so quickly.
My favorite opening play in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is set Danzaluk, set bottomless.
Oh, yeah.
So then, I was finger crossing for that play.
Yeah, the good thing, the only bad thing about that is obviously fucking giant rats and tomatoes and stuff, because they get right under the bottomless and they ruin a Danzaluk. When I summoned my Danzaluk on U Game 1, I was really nervous. I was like, please God, just don't.
Oh, I disconnected there for a second. My audio cord came out.
Oh, did you hear what I said?
No, I totally missed that last part.
I was saying like Danzaluk only gets screwed when you have the bottomless if they have tomato or like Mother Grizzly, giant rat type stuff.
Unless they attack into it.
Oh, well, you mean set? You mean set Danzaluk?
Yep, set Danzaluk, set bottomless.
Yeah. Danzaluk has a nice defense, so if they do that, then they're ruined.
Mr. Sultai sent me a replay where the guy was actually playing Tomato Swap Box, and he like blew him out with Danzaluk Spirit Reaper, and he was like, "I had to send this to you immediately."
Yeah, Danzaluk is nice. This is one of the most nostalgic cards for me. Definitely a card that I played. Oh shit, they have the one with guns on here.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I used to main deck this card back before there was ever a ban list.
Yep. Me too.
Before there was ever a ban list, Danzaluk was just out here with his swords. And,
now we've learned a lesson.
Yeah, such a good card back in the day. I used to play Cliff the Trap Remover.
One of my favorite old decks was, do you know what Monet the Thorn does?
Okay, is that an Xyz monster? No.
Monet the Thorn?
No,
you're thinking of Malaya the Thorn.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Malaya Trees, the fucking Xyz thing. Okay, yeah. Monet the Thorn is the one with the whip. And she's a girl. She's in the Dark Scorpions, but I don't remember her 2 effects, or if she even has 2.
She has 1,000 attack and 1,800 defense. That's the important part. Whenever she deals damage, you can search for a Dark Scorpion from your deck or graveyard. So you just play 3 Monet. And 1 Cliff if you want. And you just use it as an advantage engine.
Yeah, because they crack into her then.
Yep.
When I was younger, we had a lot of stuff like that. Like we used to play Staunch Defender, Final Attack Orders, like stuff to kind of force, because people used to play Scapegoat so much. So you'd be like, all right, summon Danzaluk, activate Final Attack Orders.
All right, like, I'm gonna really date myself here. When I was in the 12 and under division, my friend Amin Oatmeal, you might know him. He gave me Manticore of Darkness Exodia.
Mm-hmm.
So I started.
Oh, I remember that. Card to save for turn.
Yep. So I just went, okay, turn 1, Painful Choice, 2 Manticore, other crap, card to save for turn, draw my deck. And the shop owner was like, yeah, Dad, we're moving you up to the adult division.
They were like, yeah, this is too much.
And this guy kept winning with Black Skull Dragon. I was like, God, that card is so good. It was really that he had 3 Solemn Judgments, and this is back when like we were all like, why would we want to pay half of our life points?
Yeah, I like that there's no Solemn in here. There's no Premature Burial. I was just thinking about all the cards that like could be, and like if they're good or bad, but I think you kept off a lot of the cards that are severely problematic. Like anything that's like manipulates the hand without having to do battle is just bad for the game.
Oh yeah, those are cancerous.
Like no confiscation, no delinquent duo, no trap dust shoot. Like all of that can fuck off.
Everything. I consciously chose to say if there is no counterplay to this card, it cannot be included.
Yeah.
Like another card I experimented with once was Wind Up Rabbit, and I was just like, oh, it'd be cool to have like an evasive threat, but the card never died. Once it hit the graveyard or hit the board, it never died.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know how you would even get. It would be so hard to get it off the field. What you could do if you wanted to keep all these pots is you could put Mystical Ref Panel in here, and that would be hilarious. That card is a rant, and we used to actually cite it in certain formats. Mythical, what's it called? Mythical ref panel or mystical? Mystical ref. Okay, mystical ref panel. So activate only when a spell card that targets one player is activated. The effect of that spell card is applied to the other player instead. That shit is hilarious.
I was thinking of appropriate. Whenever your opponent draws a card, you draw 2.
Yes, that's also one of them. I forget how they rolled appropriate though. I feel like appropriate is that one of the ones where when your opponent draws the first time you have to activate it, then it doesn't draw initially. And then the next time they draw a card, I think it starts to draw 2.
Like the way Royal Oppression used to work.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to flip it first, and initially it doesn't do anything, and then it starts doing something every time thereafter. Because we always wanted to play appropriate, because a lot of decks used to draw like with the Koichi and Magician of Faith recycling cards, but then it's like, oh, the ruling was the first time it doesn't do anything, which really sucks, and then it's like, well, it's too late now. Like I don't want it now.
And there are other cards that existed and saw some play that were like similar, but that kind of had a loophole, like Robin Goblin. Yep. So like you could flip it before damage and still get the discard out of your opponent.
Yeah, I like Robin Goblin. That's a classic one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna tweak this deck, and then I like that it's very simple, like beat down at the end of the day, and then just like trade favorably with your cards.
Yep.
Like if
there's still a few keeping like the ceasefire and the ring. There's still wild cards you do have to think about though, and I like that.
But they're not overpowered in this format. They're just like, yeah, this is fine. Like even swords, I think is fine in this format. Like both of us had it the one game, and it was like actually like it held me from killing you, and then I thought it was gonna save me, but then you heavy stormed me. I was like, all right, well that's good. Rocks. Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna edit this up, and then I'll put it on Patreon. And then eventually it'll make its way to YouTube for all of the normies to see it. But this was fun. This was definitely this is more fun.
What did I tell you about Forbidden Lance though?
Lance, you did say Lance is definitely like one of the MVPs, and it fucking was.
You 2-for-1 me straight up with Lance. I was like, yo, that's what did I say?
Because you said a monster, and then I went summon swordsman attack. You went ring. I went Lance, and then I got it back. And
you killed my recruiter.
Yeah, Lance is it's actually scary. If Lance was playable in Edison, it would be ridiculous as well.
Yeah, that's actually like, I think I asked a question in the Discord of if anybody could put one card into Edison, what would it be? I actually thought Forbidden Lance would be the one that I would probably put into Edison.
Yeah, if you don't want to like break the format, because everybody's always like, oh, like put in, not Substitute, it was Ronin Toad, and it's like, okay, well then we're not playing a fun game anymore.
Yeah, that's my whole point when it comes to like changing a format. Because at this point, I've played so many different card games, like, especially in Magic. I've won in Magic in every conceivable fashion, like the game can hold, like deck out, all of these other alternate win conditions, yada, yada, yada. So I wanted to just try, like at this point, I just want to try building a deck for fun that actually like can play against each other. Because I'm not going out to tournaments anymore like that, but I love classic Yu-Gi-Oh! So I wanted to have something that I could still play classic Yu-Gi-Oh! With friends of mine who also haven't played in years.
I know that Konami just got on the whole like Time Wizard format, and I'm really happy that they're doing stuff like this because this didn't exist when I actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively and all that. But I think what they should do, because I really like the idea of a Highlander format, and we have like my friend group has played Highlander of other games. Like we made our own cube of DC deck building. And there's one of each card in a cube, and I genuinely love Highlander. I also play EDH when I was playing Magic back in 2010. And so it would be cool if Konami did do a Highlander format that had its own ban list, and it would definitely include, like, some cards would be banned on a regular, advanced format, but then they're playable in Highlander format. And it would be really fun. I think that would actually be like a really cool idea as an alternative to people who like, I don't necessarily want to play Edison. I don't necessarily want to play like any of these specific ban lists. I just want to play a format where there's one of everything and it's just kind of old school, so nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I'm working. So a buddy of mine found this YouTube video on domain format, which is basically just fixed deck masters. And like you pick your deck master, can be any monster. You have to build within the archetype, attribute, and creature type.
Yeah.
And then they said anything else other than that, there's no ban list. So I told my friend, I'm like, all right, let's get really cheap versions of these decks. try it, see if it's fun, because it might be pure cancer. Like I built Armageddon Knight with tier limits and Shadals, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right, well, this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and the post-duel conversation. And we will catch you in the next one, the next Shadow game that happens. I think Quest is going to play against Kenny at some point. He challenged him, so look out for that. Kenny hasn't dueled in a while, so Quest might actually be able to get the upper hand. And I think he said no S tier, no A tier, something like that. So they'll have to figure something out. But all right, Dan, it was good playing with you. Check out Dan's podcast too at The Flood with Doc and Ziggy on all platforms.
Yep.
And I think it's also at The Flood Pod on all platforms as well.
On everything.
Yep, at The Flood Pod. All right.
All right, y'all.
See ya.
Talk to you later. See ya.
Peace.